The salty air hung heavy. It was a sweltering July day in 1947. The vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean stretched out under a blazing sun. Our research vessel cut through the waves. We were headed towards a destination shrouded in mystery, Avlanca Island. Avlanca had long been dismissed as a sailor's myth. It was a phantom island, said to appear and disappear at will. Ancient nautical charts hinted at its existence, yet no modern map had ever pinpointed its location. Our expedition leader, Professor Edward Albright, believed otherwise. He had devoted his life to studying ancient texts and forgotten lore. His research had led him to a collection of cryptic maps and journals. These relics spoke of a lost civilization and an island swallowed by the sea. Professor Albright was convinced Avlanca was real. He believed it held the key to unlocking a forgotten chapter of human history. But as we sailed deeper into uncharted waters, a sense of unease settled upon the crew. We were venturing into the unknown. The air grew colder as we approached our destination. A thick fog rolled in, shrouding the ship in an eerie silence. Then, like a phantom emerging from the mist, Avlanca Island materialized before our eyes. It was a sight that sent shivers down our spines. Desolate and forbidding, Avlanca was a stark silhouette against the grey sky. Jagged cliffs rose from the turbulent sea. Crumbling stone structures, worn smooth by time and the elements, hinted at a long-lost civilization. These ruins whispered tales of a vibrant past. What had become of the people who once called this desolate island home? An unsettling quiet hung over the island. It was as if the very air held its breath, guarding the secrets of this forgotten place. The only sounds were the cries of seabirds circling overhead and the relentless crashing of waves against the rocky shore. Professor Albright's eyes gleamed with excitement. This was the moment he had dedicated his life to. He was finally on the verge of proving his theories true. But as we stepped ashore, a sense of foreboding washed over us. We were treading upon sacred ground. Our team consisted of seasoned explorers, scientists, and seasoned sailors. We were all used to facing the unknown, yet there was something about Avlanca that filled us with a primal fear. This was more than just the thrill of exploration. This was a confrontation with the unexplainable. We set up camp near the ruins of what appeared to have been a grand temple. As we unloaded our equipment, I noticed our team's demeanor shift. Conversations grew hushed. Laughter was replaced with uneasy silence. The shadows cast by the ancient structures seemed to hold an almost tangible darkness. Dr. Emily Carter, our team's archaeologist, was particularly troubled. A normally unflappable woman of science, she confessed to me that the energy of the island felt off. She couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. Her words mirrored my own growing unease. The island was shrouded in a palpable tension. It felt as if the weight of centuries of forgotten history pressed down on us. The silence wasn't just the absence of sound. It felt like a living presence, watching, waiting. Section 4, Into the Abyss, submerging into a sunken city. Professor Albright, undeterred by the growing unease, was determined to uncover Avlanca's secrets. His maps and journals hinted at something remarkable hidden beneath the waves. He believed that a significant portion of Avlanca had been swallowed by the sea centuries ago. To explore this submerged city, we had brought a specially designed submersible. It was christened. The thought of descending into the murky depths, surrounded by the ghosts of a lost civilization, filled me with dread. But curiosity and perhaps a touch of morbid fascination outweighed my fear. As descended, sunlight faded, replaced by the eerie glow of our floodlights. The seabed materialized below us, not as a barren wasteland, but as a breathtaking spectacle. A sprawling city, perfectly preserved in its watery tomb, lay before us. Towers reached up towards the surface, frozen in time. Elegant arches and paved roads wound through buildings adorned with intricate carvings. It was a haunting and beautiful testament to the power of nature and the enduring legacy of human civilization. Section 5. The Heart of the Mystery, a city frozen in time. We maneuvered through the heart of the sunken city. The silence was absolute, broken only by the hum of our life support systems and the occasional creak of the submersible. It was as if we had entered a world where time stood still. Schools of fish darted in and out of buildings, their scales flashing silver in the artificial light. Giant sea turtles lumbered past, seemingly unperturbed by our presence. It was both beautiful and unnerving. Life had adapted to this watery grave, but it felt as if the city itself held its breath, waiting for something. We documented everything. We took sonar readings, collected water samples, and filmed the intricate carvings that adorned the city walls. The carvings seemed to depict scenes of daily life, religious ceremonies, and what could only be described as advanced technology. Professor Albright was beside himself with excitement. His theories were proving true. Avlanca was not just a legend, it was a thriving civilization far ahead of its time. But as we ventured deeper into the city, the sense of being watched intensified. We were not alone in this underwater tomb.